circle again, okay? And basically I want to introduce myself. This video is called Multiracial and White at the Same Time. As you can see, I'm a little bit decked out. Maybe I shouldn't have. I'm going to regret this. Who knows? Okay. My background. Okay. My mother was a light-skinned black woman. I've done some family research on top of that because my mother was an only child and she died when I was a little girl. Okay. I found out that my grandfather was considered to be a black man and he had olive skin, straight hair, and gray eyes. Okay. My grandmother was black and Cherokee. Okay. My father was white. He gave me my hazel eyes and my white skin and my straight hair. Okay. He was a blonde. Okay. Basically, I grew up in a black situation and it wasn't always easy. That is why sometimes I will do videos on, you know, black subjects, but I'm going to keep it down because I heard this woman, she was saying her father was more or less, he was a light-skinned black man, he looked white. He was a journalist, but he kept the fact that he had black in his family or that he was black because the journalistic world would have made him cover nothing but black subjects and he just wanted a wider repertoire than that. I can understand where he came from because it's like I only did one small dinky little video, okay? It was about the BBD situation and I got some reactions that is like if I was painting all black men with the same brush. So I made another video saying, look, they're not all bad people. Okay, which they're not. Okay. Basically, for me it was interesting because you never see somebody who's multiracial and white at the same time on TV. You don't hardly see them on YouTube. There is one other guy, Shannon the guy. Shout out. Okay. Basically, also with them, with these things, it's like, for me, I realized I was unique because there's a lot of white people out there who grew up in a white situation and I didn't. Growing up in Brooklyn was not easy. I grew up in one of the roughest neighborhoods out there, okay? And basically, you know, it helped to shape me. The white people that's in the United States at least, you know, who grew up in the suburbs, forget it. I'm not one of them. We have European roots in common, but culturally we have next to nothing in common. Okay? Ooh, my baby, my baby, my lion, my lion. Whoa, you want to be a star? Okay. Okay, he said no. Anyway. Basically, what else? It's like, I guess I could have, some people say I have a black woman's attitude. I could definitely identify with black women when they say, you know, being that strong woman. Okay? But I do try, you know, I do my best. I'm not overbearing. Camera lady, am I a strong woman? Am I a strong woman?
Yes.
Am I overbearing though?
Nah.
Cool. As you heard from the camera lady. Okay. I'm pretty much at peace with being mixed. I'm not at peace at being 20 pounds overweight though. And I feel like an ass right now. But I thank God that I'm mixed. I'm 46. I'm 46. This is 46. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, because I really am also, I'm on a mission to prove that middle age does not have to be boring. Do I look boring to you guys? No. Okay. I'm at peace with being mixed. I thank God I'm mixed. I love it. I don't want to be black. I don't want to be white. I don't want to be an American Indian. I'm all of that. Okay? You know, I thank God, you know, it's like from Europe, I got long straight hair, and I also got you know, hazel eyes that, you know, I'm always being told, my God, I don't know, can I come closer to the camera and whatnot? I hope I'm in focus, but these are my eyes. Do you like my eye makeup? Okay. I bet you guys were just looking at the cleavage. And also from Africa, is like I have a good complexion. I have never had Botox, and I thank God for it. Okay, we're trying to keep this to what it is to be multicultural, multiracial, right? Okay, so I'm gonna indulge a little bit in myself. Okay, I've never had Botox. I don't like the idea. I mean, botulism. That's what Botox is. It's like you're putting a. First of all, you're putting a needle in your face. I'm like, and then you're putting a little tiny amounts of botulism. Oh my God, how the hell can anybody do that to themselves? You know, look, take care of yourselves. Stay out of the sun. Stay away from drugs and drinking. Okay. From America, I'm happy about my American heritage. Because from America, I have cheekbones that they actually look for in modeling agencies. Okay. My lips are from Africa, maybe, but I don't think so. This is lip liner and lipstick, okay. Also, I do have one thing from Africa that I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to get a lot of haters for it. Oh yeah, money maker, money maker, money maker, money maker, money maker, go purple, you crazy, it's your birthday, go crazy, okay, okay, may I ask myself on YouTube, okay, and I'm more or less at peace. You know, I've dated everything except for Oriental and South Pacific Islander, okay, haven't slept with them all, I just said I dated them. And for me, it's not an issue for me. I mean, I'm always going to be me, no matter what color I came wrapped in. I believe in reincarnation. If I come on this earth again, I probably might not look like this. Who knows? I'm also, I judge people more by their horoscope and their numerology more than I ever will the melanin in their skin. Because at the end of the day, I feel it has very little to do with what kind of a person you are. Okay? And I also feel it has very little to do with, you know, it's like, yeah, you can come from a certain culture, but your values are still going to be different from the guy who lived right next door to you. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe it, okay? But I just thought people might want to know what my background is a bit. I'm currently a student. I'm studying psychology. Oh yeah. I mentor young girls. I try, you know, because one thing is like, I come from the ghetto. I make no bones about it. I come from the ghetto. And I tell these young girls, hey, look, you may come from the ghetto, but that doesn't mean that you have to put up with somebody who hits you. Okay, and who's ever within the sound of my voice, hope you hear that and believe that. Okay, you don't have to put up with that. But I thought people might want to know what it is, you know, what purple's about, you know. Yeah, I am different. I am different. And basically, I'm going to stay different. I think we're all individuals, and I think individuality should be celebrated, unlike the way I see it today, you know, and I think that's more important than what race you are, what ethnic you are, what religion you are even. I mean, two Catholics in the same church aren't going to think alike, just like two Muslims in the same mosque aren't going to think alike, and I think we got to remember that, okay? Thank you for letting me make an ass of myself, and thank you for listening. Peace.